And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It is Tuesday. It is Election Day. We do hope you'll exercise your rights. All across the state of Mississippi, within the city limits of each city, there's most likely an election going on. Couldn't get that out, could I? Would like to welcome WMOX Radio in with us today. Got tongue twisted a little bit there. If you were up and traveling and you use Highway 80 West to travel back and forth to work, we've got an issue there. Another 18-wheeler is hung there at the bridge. There's a picture of that as we look at that this morning. Smokestacks look a little bent there, and the top of the trailer is all bent up there. Authorities will be headed in that direction here in a few moments. And to get that, so the roadway is blocked directly underneath the bridge as it's kind of hung. They'll get that worked on in a minute. We'll get you an update as soon as authorities get to the scene. Good morning, Jerome Lee. Jerome may have to go check this out.
Just make sure it's good.
In case he runs or something.
Take his ticket book.
Can't get away from Jerome. Good morning to everyone. Also, we'll tell you about what happened beginning at 7 o'clock. We had a carjacking in our area. Not something that normally happens. Shots were fired. Folks are in jail this morning. We'll tell you who, what, and how. All that comes up at 7 o'clock. Don't miss out on that. Big deal there. Let's go to Collinsville now, and let's get our message of the day. We have to have that to get it good, don't we? Let's go to Collinsville First Baptist.
Leave it to singer-songwriter Jim Croce to tell us about Notorious Dudes. Just think about the pool shooting stronger than a country hoss, Big Jim Walker, who was so notorious that it led his posse to sing, "You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off that old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim." Or think of bad Leroy Brown, the baddest dude in all of Chicago, badder than an old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Now, of course, both these songs include a power shift, right? With Slim cutting up Big Jim, and Leroy Brown looking like a jigsaw puzzle after an altercation with a jealous husband. Regardless, these two were known by everyone around town. Now, as followers of the Lord Jesus Christ, we sure don't want to be notorious in the same way Big Jim Walker and bad Leroy Brown were. But look here at what the Apostle Paul says in Philippians 1:27. He says, "Just one thing, as citizens of heaven, live your life worthy of the gospel of Christ. Then, whether I come and see you or am absent, I'll hear about you, that you are standing firm in one spirit, in one accord, contending together for the faith of the gospel." Paul implores the reader to live a life worthy of the gospel, and so much so that, whether he's there with them or not, he'll hear word that they are living out that lifestyle. He wanted the Philippians to work out their faith so much that even if he's still in prison, he'll hear of their faith, unity, and good works. Christian, are you so zealous in your faith that you are notorious to the people around you? People know you by the faith that you live out. Jim Walker and Leroy Brown became notorious for their deception and promiscuity, but may us Christians be notorious for our faith in the Lord Jesus. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We do hope your day is going well. It's right now 63s. We wait for a high of 91 later today. Let's take a look at radar just to give you a bird's eye view of what's happening out there. We had a little fog earlier this morning. Most of it lies to the northeast of us. Huntsville, Gadsden, Alabama, even a little bit there due east in Columbus, Georgia. Be careful in those areas there. Could be some low-lying fog where you are. As we said, we do hope you'll join us tonight. We'll begin a little after 7 at some point to bring you election coverage tonight. As the results start to pour in, they've got a pretty big one, Odie, down there in Quitman, Mississippi.
Yeah.
We'll see who walks away the winner out of Quitman. That is up and coming tonight also. Let's see, as we get to today's stories going, we'll start with a quote from Donald J. Trump. Anybody want to do that? A biological male competed in California girls' state finals, winning big, despite the fact that they were warned by me not to do so. As Governor Newsom fully understands, large-scale fines will be imposed. Donald J. Trump. Little message there sent to California. Trump just has a unique way of just saying, I'm not going to do it. And if you've been seeing this lately, it has been with what they call the legacy media trying to stir up more again about COVID and trying to almost, to a degree, make it sound worse than it is. Trump sent a very strong, stern message that I watched yesterday that says we're not going to comply. We're not shutting down America, and it's not going to happen. So there you go, in case you missed all of that. You can find all that at the White House page. They're very, very strong on that. Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. Do you know where that is? Until something is done with this, I try. It's the mayor there is what I'm talking about. I fully do not understand how someone who is a citizen of the United States becomes a mayor of a town could give away information to help illegal aliens. And that's what is happening in Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania. He's telling them where to go, warning them on Facebook. And what this does is put officers' lives in harm's way. And, well, we saw what happened this week with illegal aliens and what they can do. They harmed citizens of the United States, 8 people injured by a flamethrower. These are not all good people. Somehow or another, America has gotten away from what's right is right. That's all I've got to say about that. Something needs to be done there. I don't watch CNN, so it's no loss to me. I don't actually know what's happening here. Alex Marquette, if I pronounced his name right, he was a CNN. I guess he was had his own show on CNN. He portrayed a story about Afghanistan wrong about a soldier, blamed him for something. He's been sued. The guy won $5 million, and CNN has fired him. He is out. He is no longer a part of their network. It was proven the story that he did was totally wrong. Can't do that. Campbell's Soup has released a study. This could be true, that more people are eating at home these days. Soup sales are up and climbing as people fight the cost of groceries and what it costs to eat. I know Odie is a fan of this. My wife has done a little bit there. Temu, y'all familiar with that? Temu. Sales have plummeted 58% following the end of the tariff-free shipping. 58%. That's going to affect some budgets. We'll see where that goes. I don't want anyone to take what I'm fixing to say wrong. I think everyone has a place in the job that they do. We go to Phoenix, Arizona. There's, and let me word it this way before I begin to tell you what the story is. There is a distinct difference between a male and a female. Typically, not always, but typically a male is stronger. It's just biologically the way it is. Now, is there an exception to the rule every once in a while? I've seen some women, I think, that could whoop me and Odie with one arm behind her back. Don't get me wrong. That does exist in this world. But you can't place a police officer that's yay tall up against a man that's way taller than her. This happened in Phoenix. I'm going to show you the video because it's rough. A female police officer tried to apprehend a suspect. He punched her in the face repeatedly. She fell to the ground. She's hurt. Now, again, I'm not saying police officers, ladies can't do their job. I don't want y'all to take that wrong. But it's where you place someone, and this guy was not the person she needed to go up against. We hope she recovers well. Hate to see that happen to anybody. It's if you're a little fella.
Yeah.
Don't go up against a guy that's way bigger than you. Back up. Back up. That's what that's called. You have to, I've seen my little dogs think they were bigger than they were. JJ, God bless his soul, lost his life because of that reason. He went up against a dog that was like 8 times bigger than him, and he thought he could take him, and he didn't make it. You got to know your limitations, and that was a bad one there. This guy and again, this is all opinionated, what I'm going to tell you. This part is fact. Tim Walz, y'all remember him? He was the guy that was going to be vice president of the United States that ran with Kamala. And I watched it 3 times to make sure I understood what he said, but he was more or less saying encouraging violence against Trump. Don't take it. This man, I don't think that he could even watch Clint Eastwood and come out manly after watching it. Do y'all know what I mean? Advice from him of being tough. I don't think he could stand in the shadow of Sam Elliott. Am I wrong? He's just not the tough guy image telling people to get tough. But one thing is for sure, he really was telling people to get violent against the president. You can't do that. You should not do that. Watch what you take your pictures with. Selfies. That's what I'm talking about. An Indian tourist was going to take a picture with a tiger. Anyone want to bet me how the odds turned out on that? It was not good. We won't show the video of that one either. It just, oh boy. How strong is your love? Now, there's a lot of people that would say, well, I would do this in this type of situation, but I've got an example of how true love never stops. Grandfather had his 2 granddaughters with him. They were walking. They were going to check on a deer. They'd come back and told him that there was a deer that looked hurt. They were walking to the back of his property, and as they walked, he was holding their hands, and the tree cracked above. He pushed them to safety. He didn't make it. He basically gave his life for those little girls. And that is true love there. He was, how old was he? He was 77 years old. My, oh my. We hate to even tell stories like that. The Supreme Court has allowed an AR-15 ban, and the state, what is this? I want to say that's going to be, that's not Michigan. Maryland is where that is. Maryland. They've allowed the ban to continue there in Maryland. AR-15's still banned there. Oreo Cookies is suing. Why? Because, well, the packages, you ever been to Aldi? The packages of their name brand cookies look so much like Oreos that they're suing over it. We'll see who wins in court. And I guess that could happen. Someone make a product look similar to yours to where you go down the aisle and you don't pay attention, you grab it instead. But a package is a package. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. Oh, what else do we have this morning? We are reaching, 18th day of Diddy's trial. And that's some of the wildest stuff I've ever read in my life. A controlling man, it seems to be. We'll see what the court says in a few weeks here. There are some people, Florida is where we go for this next story, to where I can't imagine a parent doing this. Some people should not be parents, should they? A mother. 6-year-old little boy, she tried to do an exorcism on her little boy. I won't give details because it's hurtful. The little boy didn't make it. Something wrong with her, as we all know. She's been arrested, and she's charged with murder. Shakes my soul, to say the least. And maybe you know this name. She's very cute. I've seen her often. She was at LSU in the gym team, gymnastics. She done all that. Her name was Livy Dunne, Livvydunne. She's very popular. She gets tons and tons of likes and follows when it comes to Instagram and TikTok. She's got a complaint, though. Odie, you got to stay away at least 25 feet. She says that at airports, she's surrounded by middle-aged men that bother her, asking for autographs. Now, it doesn't say that these men are doing anything wrong. They're asking for autographs. She wants her space. That's a price you pay as being a celebrity. I don't know what to tell her other than have some security with you as you travel if you don't like it. But people... And truly, I didn't read anything where they had done anything wrong. They just wanted autographs. We have a woman that's been arrested, Las Vegas. And you've heard me harp on this before. She put the dog in a cage outside in the extreme heat, and he didn't make it. She's been arrested. Animal cruelty. I did see a good story in Australia where a dog had fell. Took him 4 days to find it, and he was happy to see somebody. His tail was wagging, and he was okay. Fell about 40 feet into a ravine. They found him. I guess this could happen. JetBlue, New York Airport. A toddler, you know how the luggage goes by? Jumped on, rode right in. He's going to be okay. As we go back to stories that, as we said, we used to not hear prior to January, we see that we've got another plane crash. 3 people have survived after being pulled from the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Florida. The plane went down. All 3 are okay. Isn't that great? It is. Now, we also had, and we talked about this one yesterday, but I thought I'd bring it back up. Long Island. 2 people were pulled from a plane crash there. We had one in Mississippi also that we'll talk about coming up at the top of the hour on the regular show beginning at 7. My, oh, my. It's turning 100 this year. And whenever you think of the blimp, what word goes with that? The Goodyear blimp. It was created in 1925, and it's going to be flying around the Ohio city where it was developed 100 years ago. 1925 is when it began. It is already 2025. But it just doesn't go anyway. The Goodyear blimp is what it will be called no matter what. Russia has struck Ukraine. 7 were killed. I think we've got some more stories that are going on as well this morning. Britain has doubled down. They're adding some new, nuclear submarines. Oh, my. Those are very, very dangerous, by the way.
We're having problems live.
No, not here, it says. Breaking up.
Yeah, getting cutting in and out, and I've gotten a bunch of texts on it. Just got a call.
Somebody said that we were breaking up and in and out. I got somebody saying that. I'm showing full strength on it. We'll watch it there. Sound keeps breaking up. Gone to reboot my tablet. I don't know what it could be. On our end, it all says thumbs up.
But it is skipping.
It is skipping a little bit. I don't know what the issue would be there, but we're 100% showing full throttle ahead. At least 200 were killed in Nigeria, flooding as it came across there. Hate to see that as well. The Voice, we had someone killed. The Voice, he was a voice actor. Anybody watch King of the Hill? A guy named Jonathan Ross was shot. He has died. We also see that sports science host, 54 years old, has passed away. His name was John Brinkus. We pass condolences to both of those. Everybody's saying everything's perfect on YouTube, so this must be a Facebook problem.
And that's what I was on.
Yeah, so we are. If you're watching, you have any issue, you can switch over to YouTube. We're not having any problems there. We're showing our end full speed ahead. Facebook sometimes does have issues from time to time. But again, and you can also watch this as well on a television set. If you'll hook it to YouTube, you can watch it on the big screen there. All right, we'll be right back as we'll get into your weather forecast in just a moment as we begin this day. It's all up and coming here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia at docstoyota.com or on Facebook. And remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue. Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
And welcome back as we check our forecast for those record highs and lows. Back in 11, it was 99 degrees today. Whew, that was a warm one. Back in 56, we had a cool day. It was 45. No update yet from Jackson to find out how the temperatures will be across the state. So I thought we would stare at the blank screen. Maybe it'll get a little motivation over there. But we go to Alabama, they're all over it. 89 today in Demopolis. We'll see 88 in Birmingham, 88 over in Auburn as well. Nice day there, and even warmer in Montgomery. We'll hit 91 there in Montgomery as we look at what the forecast calls for the next 6 to 10 day outlook. As we'll see, well, it's getting warmer in the state of Mississippi. Only that northern portion up around Tupelo at normal. As we look to our 7-day forecast, here we go, 89 to 91, depending upon what part of Mississippi you're standing in. 88 by tomorrow, with an increasing chance of rain beginning at 40% tomorrow, and this will stay that way through Friday, and then increasing to a 50 and 60% over the weekend. So we could have a wet one if you've got an activity planned for the weekend. Watch out for that, increasing to a 60% chance there Monday. We'll see a 30% on Tuesday there, and still rain chances lingering through most of the week and all the way through the 17th as we get 2 weeks into this. So there we go. Now, as we look to forward, fishing. Let's find about that today. Light east-northeast wind becoming south 5 to 10 today. We're going to have major times to fish. It started at 6:20 and be good to about 8:30. Now, we've got good fishing this afternoon also right before 7 o'clock, and it'll be good till dark 30. And then this afternoon, you got a medium chance of fishing that's good from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Sunrise happened at 5:48. Sunset will happen at 7:58 p.m. Now, here's something we want to watch as we just put this back into it. National Hurricane Center. Now, this isn't big. This is a 10% chance of this going up the East Coast there across the Carolinas. 10% chance. Don't get overexcited. I don't think anything will become of this, but we'll watch it very closely as it comes about. Let's go back to radar and take a look at what we have being offered by radar this morning to make sure we're on top of everything. As we pull that up, again, nothing happening in the state of Mississippi, Louisiana, or Alabama. A little bit of fog in both areas there. And as we look at this, we'll back out. We don't see anything here coming across for hurricanes as we look at this through the Bahamas and all the way back toward Africa, Haiti, all those areas clear. So we're good when it comes to stormy weather at this point. We'll keep all of this watched, and should something become of this little this thing right here, we'll keep that in track to let you know if it becomes 10% chance. Not a big one there. We got the morning show coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll go dig deep into everything that's going. The polls will open in exactly 8 minutes from now, and you begin voting across Mississippi. All these city elections are going to be happening. A lot of council members, aldermen, however you want to word it, what you call them in your town. Even the town of Meridian has got theirs today. What is it, the top 5? Is that what it is, y'all? Top 5 get elected? Different way of voting, but that is happening in Meridian today. Check it all out. We'll see you soon as we'll get underway at the top of the hour here.